Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another update. Today, this will be my final video, and I'm currently diving back into Everdome. I've been tracking this project for a while, and surprisingly, considering how much Bitcoin has fallen within the past 36 hours or so, Everdome has held up relatively well. When I say relatively well, it hasn't lost support, and it's currently actually running into strong resistance. Don't get me wrong, but it's held up very well. It hasn't been rejected as of yet. I don't want to speak too soon, guys. Okay, but it is holding up very well. There are some good plays here, and there are also some negative plays that I see in front of me. Looking at this chart, this is on the daily time frame. So straight off, I've mentioned before, you had this level of resistance and support. We was in this descending triangle, okay, and we lost support of this descending triangle right here, and we came down and formed a low. And this was quite a sharp capitulation. If you was lucky enough to get in down at that low, congratulations, what an area to buy. I mentioned that it was coming down to this sort of wick area here where I'd like to see a closed bodied candle, which still hasn't happened. We have retested with another wick, but we actually haven't had a lower close than the previous close in the 10th of February, right? So this potentially is now a new level of support in regards to candle closes and wicks also. So they're key areas. If we struggle to and fail to break above this resistance line, okay, because this was previous support, it's now resistance. If we struggle to break above this, you are going to potentially come back and retest this low, okay, and potentially this wick here. And if we get a candle close somewhere down there, I would be much more happier. Okay, because in theory, what you can potentially see happening here is as well, okay, if I take this off and get rid of this pattern for a second, you've got this wave one, a wave two, a wave three. This is a wave four, okay, and potentially you could be putting in a wave five to a lower low, which I'm expecting somewhere around the bottom of this wick, okay, and that would be some sort of Elliott wave structure and corrective structure completed, right? Okay, because what I was looking at potentially again was an A, a B, and a C, okay, and this now potentially is wave one, a wave two. If we hold a higher low, this is the bullish scenario, and break this resistance, okay, this would be potentially be the bullish scenario where you're coming back up and you're trying to get back up to this all-time high, okay, and you've had an ABC correction and you're now starting new Elliott wave structure back up to the high, okay, back up to the all-time high. But again, as I said, at the moment it's looking more likely that we're running into resistance, okay, and if we fail to break above 0.039, okay, and hold above it, if we fail to break above, we are looking at retesting these lows, okay, potentially here first, and then this area of support, and then if we lose that, we're looking at coming down here. So an area of support that might be of interest, okay, if we have run into resistance right here and we are looking to pull back, okay, to this low, an area for me that I'd be looking to get involved in would if we was to hold support, would be the 0618 and 0786, okay, and these potentially might offer opportunities where if it did come down to these sort of areas, you could see a relief bounce, okay, and potentially put some longs in into resistance again, and you can trade on the way down as well. So again, not financial advice, guys, but from this high to this low, these are the retracement areas, and the 050 and 0618 are areas I would like to hold, okay. But potentially, as I mentioned, this is extremely strong resistance that we're currently running into. Extremely strong resistance, okay? And if we do get rejected here, that is quite a negative sign, and you are sort of still in this lower high structured range of reversal of price, okay? So, yeah, guys, that's basically a quick update for you on Everdome. And as I've mentioned, this is the lowest I would like to see Everdome go. If it starts to close any lower than 0.0186, that's a foundational level, I think. Then you start closing below that, then it's quite bad here. But I don't see that happening, and I think the lows potentially are in. I would just like to see us roll over and retest them with a closed candle, and then start to form some more bullish structure. Again, let me just experiment one more time with something. So if we look at this and look at these lows here, you can, in a sense, it's like a massive falling broadening channel in some sort of sense, because you've got resistance, okay, you come down for support, You got resistance again, and then you've come down for support, and now you're coming up into resistance again. Are we potentially going to come down into this sort of level, this channel again, which would kind of tie up with this wick low that I keep talking about? You know, where we're going to come down there, and that's where we start to break up. Okay, so potentially a further correction from where we are now to that level would be a price depreciation of roughly around another 52% or 46% for Dome. Okay, because what you want to do is you want to buy support. Okay, you want to buy these areas down here where, you know, where it's crashed, and then you buy up. Okay, and then you ride the wave. Okay, and then you get your sell signals, and then you ride the wave down, and you buy support. Okay, and now you've come into resistance. So personally for me, this at the moment isn't an area to buy. Again, not financial advice. Okay, do as you please, of course, but this for me, because we've lost this previous support band that we was holding and are now turning it into resistance, this for me isn't an area to get involved. This is an area for me to short and hopefully gain some longs back at these lows. Okay, so not financial advice, guys, but we have structurally and technically lost support in regards to charts, and we're running back into that support now as resistance. Okay, so yeah, guys, do keep an eye. One more negative pattern that I'm seeing play out here also to give confidence that we might again roll over is Dome is in some sort of rising wedge pattern here on the daily. Okay, and this is a negative pattern where you're coming up against support and resistance. If you fail to break out, you're going to come back down and retest the low that you actually started the rising wedge from. Again, that's back down at these sort of areas down here, these lows. Okay, so not financial advice, guys, but that's a quick update for Everdome. It is holding up strong. It is holding up strong, which is not a bad thing. Okay, but do be cautious moving forward. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, from Chart No TA. Peace out.